Hello, everybody. How are you guys? This is five of the worst art supply stores in San Diego, California. We all love people that can paint, people that can draw, but guys, come on. If you can't get the supplies you need, you're not going to be able to create that great art, those great paintings, that great drawing that people love, that I always admire, because I go, I can't do that. Look at that. That's talent. So the first one is Chunky's. Now, Chunky's is an art supply store that sells paint, primarily different kinds of paint for art. But the paint doesn't come flowing out of the bottle like you would, or a tube or a receptacle or a can like you would think. It comes out in chunks, hence the name Chunky's. Now, the store will say, well, we're not taking that back because you knew, because it's in the name. And guys, that is not a legal defense nor good business practice. Avoid Chunky's. You got to avoid Chunky's. So the second art supply store, one of the worst in San Diego, is Sandy Paints. Now, Sandy Paint is similar to Chunky's in that they sell a type of paint, but they don't really disclose that. They just sell regular paint and they pour sand in it. Now, they suggest that, well, we are creating a type of art effect that people like, this rough paint. And the answer to that is, well, an artist, if they want that effect, they're going to create that for themselves. Most people, when they buy paint, want it to be smooth and liquidy as it comes out. Avoid Sandy Paint. Now, the third art supply store to avoid is concrete styrofoam. Now, styrofoam, we all know, has certain qualities to it. Concrete styrofoam has taken that to the next level and made all of their quote-unquote styrofoam out of a subset of concrete called concrete foam. Well, that's all well and good, but an artist wants that styrofoam to be able to create different crafts projects. And if it weighs the weight of a brick or let's say a stone, a large rock, well, that's not going to be very valuable for the artist. And if you've ever met many artists, they don't have a lot of upper body muscle mass. They can't be lifting heavy bricks all day and part of their crafts projects. All right, and then the fourth worst art supply store in San Diego, there's more, but these are some of the worst, okay, is Bingy Bops. Now, Bingy Bops is the name of the chain, and this is their San Diego location. Now, Bingy Bops has a kind of a whimsical, cartoonish brand, and they go for helping artists break out of their constraints, break out of their traditions, and tap into new levels of creativity. Well, that's all well and good, but as it turns out, they're charging a pretty penny. It's $4,000 just for a 1-hour course. And they say they have people lined up out the door, and they all want to be famous. They want to be famous artists and put their work out in front of a building, a museum, or in front of a rich person's home in Beverly Hills, or whatever it is. They all want to live the art life and smoke French cigarettes and wear black and talk in hushed tones. Okay, but Bingy Bops is not the way to do it, guys. You got to put in the work. All right, now number 5 of the worst art supply stores in San Diego, and this one is a little different. It's Bus Art Supplies. Now, Bus Art Supply sells their items right on the bus. So if you're on a city bus and you look to the back, you're going to see an art supply store back there, guys. And their whole idea is they want to get down into where the people live, and they want to inspire artists to create art at the point of inspiration. So they figure, what do you have to do on the bus but look out the window? But if you're an artist, you're thinking in terms of, oh, this scene would be a great art piece, or this, what I'm looking at here, this hardware store, or this palm tree that I'm looking at outside the bus window, that would be a great inspiration for a new art crafts project, either a painting or a sculpture or arts and crafts, something. And they sell you the supplies right there, and they say, do it right now. Come on, man, do it right now. They ask you to just create the art And the city has worked out a deal with them where you can just start painting right on the bus. There's no penalty. It's no problem. And in fact, they try to get the other patrons on the bus to get involved and cheer you on and support you. And somebody might say, what about a seagull? Add a seagull to there. And you can take that advice or that suggestion or not. It's really art in real life, IRL, okay? And that's the idea. Well, that's not exactly what... See, it would be great, but that's not exactly what happens, okay? What happens is you buy your art supplies and you set up your easel and you get out your paints, and 9 out of 10 times, somebody's going to come by and grab them and run. Okay, they grab and run. Now, there's been this happened over and over and over. And you go to the back of the bus again. You say, hey, man, they nabbed my stuff. Can I get a refund? And they're like, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. And you say, well, the guy that stole my stuff, he looks an awful lot like you. You say this to the art supply place. And I'd almost say he's your brother and that maybe he was in on it. Okay, you guys look exactly the same. And I'm willing to bet you're criminal identical twins, making this a federal crime because you're on a transportation system. And I'm going to press charges, and then once you're in jail, I'm going to come and paint you in jail. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to paint your portrait and then sell it. That's what you tell them. So that's how you handle that, guys, if it comes to that. But until then, I'd say avoid it completely. Avoid it completely. Well, guys, that's number 5 and the final of our worst art supply stores. Art supply stores in San Diego. The worst art supply stores in San Diego. Come on back, guys. We got so many more.